Hi there, welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! Today we are thrifting. You guys know how much I love to thrift. And it's a challenge. So today's challenge is Spring New Life, and it's all about thrifting. So you guys know, I was like, sign me up. It's hosted by Sandra's Crafting Corner and also Indie Annie Jones. I am so excited because I love both of these ladies. They are so talented. There's a playlist down in my description. You're gonna find the link to their channels as well as the link to the playlist. I'm really excited for the pieces I made today. If you guys remember, I had done a thrift haul at Savers. I'm gonna put that down in the description. So the pieces I used today, you're gonna see that they definitely needed a little love. And I am really excited how they turned out. Definitely not my style. So I am going out of my comfort zone. I'm trying new things, and I'm so excited to show you guys what I accomplished. If you like those kind of videos, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. That way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. Let me know what your favorite thrift was. Let's spring right in. So this is a black pedestal for a candle or decor. It was from, the sticker says Hobby Lobby. So I'm going over it with my favorite Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white. I'm going over all of it, the entire thing. I do go over it 3 times. It definitely took a lot to coat, which I was surprised because it's chalk paint, but that's okay. Now I'm going to give it a little topping, and I love this paper. This is something I've held on to for years. I'm just taking my finger and going around the inside of the pedestal to get the shape. And now I'm going to take a pencil and just go along and make sure that I am cutting it where I want to cut. So everything is going to be lined up before I cut. I am definitely a measure 3 times kind of person. And without having a straight line, I definitely wanted to make sure it was perfect. So I went in with my scissors, and I know you guys know how to cut, but I'm a righty, and for some reason I'm going to the left. I'm not really sure why. I do finally figure it out, and I go back to the right, and it's definitely a lot easier to go that way. So I guess kindergarten all over again. I'm not sure. But we got the circle that we needed. And you're gonna see as we're going, but I wanted a distressed, shabby chic kind of look. So I'm going to Mod Podge the entire top of it, except for the rim. And I do a generous amount of Modge Podge. And then I lay it down with my fingers. I go around all the edges. I use my roller. And you do see some air bubbles there, which we'll address after. So I went around the edge on the top with more Modge Podge to give it more of a seal. And I go back in with my fingers, and you can see now I am definitely seeing some air bubbles. And this happened to me in the past. And I went online, and online said to use a pin and get the air bubbles out. And so, like I said, I have done this in the past, and it came out with a very distressed look. So I am happy that I got the air bubbles. So you will see what I'm going to be doing, because I did want a distressed look. I'm going around with my fingers on the edge really good, because I don't want the edge lifting. It's okay for me to have the air bubbles, but I definitely don't want the edge lifting. So now I go through and I Modge Podge the top.
My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You said
Now I'm going to go through and start getting out the air bubbles. when I do this, I just kind of give it a little dig, and it kind of cuts the paper a little bit, but because the paper is wet, it doesn't slice through it. So it definitely gives it a distressed look, which is what I want, and you'll see as I go. But once it's dry, which you don't see in the video, you do want to sand it down really good just to make sure that there's no bumps anywhere. But I like using my fingers because I can feel where everything is. So now I'm going through with some floral, and normally I use Dollar Tree, and this doesn't look like Dollar Tree, so I'm thinking this is something from my stash, maybe from Michael's. And I'm going through and I'm bending it a little bit, but I really didn't have to bend too much because the hot glue really held it down well. And I'm just trying to space it out to see how many picks I'm gonna need. And I just took apart one pick, and I had all those little flowers, and I still had some left over, so I really didn't need that much. But I'm just using the hot glue and going around, putting a little bit on the edge after the leaves, and then a little bit on the edge for the flowers, just to hold it down over the other edge, if that makes sense, just to cover up the metal piece.
My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs to...
So I'm just going to continue with all the flowers, and I'm gonna just keep going around and doing the same thing, spacing them out how I think it looks nice. And like I said, what is not seen is after the paper was dry with the Mod Podge, like really dry, like a couple hours dry, I went through with my sandpaper and I sanded down over those white spots that you can see. And I made sure that it was completely flat, and look how adorable that is. I also distressed the edges. I think I am really getting good at this, guys. I love how this came out. I love how the paper came out with that little distressing, and I love how the distressing came out on the wood. It is just so cute and so rustic, shabby chic, whatever you want to call it. So now we're on to our second project. This is another flip I had gotten from Savers, and I was told it is for matches, to hold the matches next to your fireplace, which I've never had one of these before, but it's wicked cute. It's just old. So I did the same paint, Rust-Oleum chalk paint and linen white. I covered everything, except I didn't go super deep inside because you're not going to see inside. And again, I needed to go over it 3 times. This was a super dry wood and it needed 3 coats. So I am gonna go through and I'm gonna distress again. And those little rivets, I guess they are, I thought they were wood, but they're metal, and they had been painted the brown, which I didn't realize that even when I cleaned it. So I was surprised to see that, but I really liked it. You can see on the edge there, I'm going to use some gold letters. Now, I've used black letters in the past, but I've never used the gold rub-ons from the dollar store. So you're going to see us do that. But for right now, I have to say, I think my distressing is really coming along. I think I am getting the hang of it, and I am super proud of myself. So if you think I'm doing a good job with my distressing, let me know in the comments, because sometimes you need a little support. So we are going to go and cut through and put down the gold that we want. I do change my mind a few times, but you'll see I'm going to lay them all out before I start placing them. And I wanted it to have, like, again, a shabby chic look. So I am just making sure that everything is cut how I want it. And I peel the plastic top piece off. And then I lay it right on top of the wood. Now, you're going to see here, like I said, I did the black and white one on a previous project in a previous video. And I just rubbed it a little bit and it came right off, like it was super easy. This was not so easy. So I'm putting it down, but it doesn't feel like it's actually sticking down as well as the other one did. And I don't know if it's because it's gold or because there's sparkles in it, but I was not a big fan of this. I don't know if I'm going to use it again. I think it came out cute. And again, I wanted to go with a shabby chic. You can see I distressed it, but it didn't really pull up that great. So you can see some of them that didn't work too great, but you're going to see that. So here I am just using my Cricut tool. You can use a credit card or just something with a flat edge, and I am really pushing down hard, like super hard. And you're gonna see that it really still didn't push down all of the gold. So I'm lifting and I'm pushing and I'm seeing that it's really not lifting the whole thing. So I'm just saying, well, it looks distressed. And so I'm just going to go with it, and I'm going to keep going now, because it was either do that or paint the whole thing over again, and I wasn't going to do that. So I just kept going through, and I really like the words. Everything is food related, and I'm going to put this in my kitchen for a little decor. So I think that this was really cute. And the flowers, I think, were really sweet, because I plan on putting some flowers inside of it. And the flowers don't have to be any certain kind of flowers, because it's gold and white. So you could do whatever colors you wanted. And I'm just going along the edges now, just to give it a little bit more detail. And I do think it came out so adorable, but I don't think I'm ever going to use these gold stickers again. You're going to see tomorrow in my video that my husband used them, which is kind of funny, and I'm going to tell you guys about that after. Don't forget, this is a challenge, and there is a playlist. I love my Krylon Fusion Spray. I use this whenever I'm sealing wood products. I love this so much. So don't forget to check out the playlist before you guys head out for the day. Look how cute that came out. Oh my goodness. I really love it. For the amount of pain it gave me, I think it came out so cute and super adorable. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I love taking an unused, unloved piece and springing new life into it. I love giving new life and a new use, sometimes changing the function or just making it prettier. So I hope you guys are inspired now to go to the thrift store, go in your basement, take a hand-me-down and give it new life. I do a lot of DIY gifts and decor, Dollar Tree crafts, thrift flipping, and room organization. If you like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. That way you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Normally I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but tomorrow I'm hosting my first challenge. Myself and What's Jamie Making, we are hosting our first challenge, and it's including our husbands. It's the Crafty Couples Challenge, and I am so excited. You guys know how my husband is about decorating, so let's see if he's the same way about crafting. So tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'll see you guys on my channel. There's gonna be so many great crafters jumping in with us, so I'm really excited. See you guys tomorrow.